I am 35 minutes.
Hi, my name is Candy and I'm 29.
Hi, I'm Serena. I'm 29.
Tanisha, I'm 29.
Kendra, I'm 29.
I am a cybersecurity engineer.
I like the way he carries himself, and I also like his career choice.
I love your career choice. I'm an HR professional certified in the field, so I admire a man who has a professional.
He seems like a sophisticated black man, and I love to see a black man thriving because, you know, everybody's different and everybody's at a different level of life. Okay, but, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that, and I'm proud of you. Keep it going.
I like hiking. I go to a lot of tropical places. Typically, just came back from Colombia earlier this year.
Personality-wise, I feel like you might be a little too timid.
I would disagree if you get to know me, but that's fine.
So I'm just unsure that our personalities would match.
I would like to start my own family, so hopefully she doesn't have any kids. No offense or anything.
When you first came out, I picked up on kind of what she said, being timid.
I would disagree if you get to know me, but that's fine. See, hopefully she's nice and kind. She likes catering, right, to a guy that she connects with. There is a spark of connection, and most important thing for me, I'm a hard worker, and I want a woman that is also a hard worker too.
You said you wanted a hardworking woman, and I am not a hard worker. I don't want a job.
For me, it was just the fact that he mentioned he wants a woman to cater, but he also wants like a hard worker. And for me, it's like if you want, you kind of have to choose a lane.
She also said down there resonated with me as well about the balance between wanting a catering woman versus a hardworking woman. And if we got far enough and I got the chance to ask you a question, I actually wanted you to elaborate on that. That was kind of the second thing, but I wanted to hear you out more before I made that decision.
All right, and now is she someone that's your type? Why'd you hesitate a little bit there?
Because I'm silly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring out our next single guy. Hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Jock.
Jaw?
Jock,
Jock.
like French.
Okay. And how old are you?
I am 35 male.
35. And what do you do?
I am a cybersecurity engineer.
Cybersecurity engineer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like hiking. I go to a lot of tropical places. Typically, just came back from Colombia earlier this year. I like snorkeling, so that's one of my favorite things to do.
Okay.
As well, in my free time, I have a lot of friends I like to hang out with. I live in Vegas as well, so I hang out with them a lot of time. It's a lot of stuff to do in Vegas as well.
Right.
So like that place keeps me preoccupied regardless.
Okay, nice. And now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
I would like to start my own family, so hopefully she doesn't have any kids. No offense or anything.
Okay.
See, hopefully she's nice and kind. She likes catering, right, to a guy that she connects with. There is a spark of connection, and most important thing for me, I'm a hard worker, and I want a woman that is also a hard worker too.
Okay.
Hey, these women, they're like, I ain't trying to work, man. I want you to pay all the bills, so I want to chill at home. I want to watch TV. I want to watch Netflix, eat popcorn 24/7. You're going to be working, pay the bill. You're going to be doing everything. I ain't doing nothing. It's 2024.
Now, what are some deal breakers for you?
Like I said earlier, if she has any kids, that's the main deal breaker.
Yeah.
To be fair, man, I don't think a lot of men out there want to settle with a woman with kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, many men want to start a life with a woman and have their own kids. They don't want to be raising some other person's babies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we did get some pops. Let's go on over there, see why they ended up popping.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's start here with your name and age.
Hi, I'm Serena. I'm 29.
Hello, Serena.
And Serena, why did you end up popping your balloon?
You said you wanted a hardworking woman, and I am not a hard worker. I don't want a job, so.
Oh my goodness. Can you believe that? She don't want a job. She want her man to be working, her man to be the one doing all the heavy lifting, you know, out there struggling and grinding, trying to make a couple of dollars, you know, to and pay them bills and all that.
That's pretty much that.
That's cool.
I'm born to be feminine.
I'm born to be feminine, not hard. Oh my goodness. Like, what does being a hard worker have anything to do with feminine or not? Like, there's a lot of feminine women out there that are still putting in the work, that are still working. Matter of fact, you know, there's also feminine women out there who are single mothers and they go to work every day and they make sure their bills are paid. They do both roles, the manly and the female role, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's not an excuse, right? So at this point, I guess she can get a sugar daddy. She can go to them sugar dating site, whatever, get herself a sugar daddy who's well off, you know?
Not hard. Yeah.
Okay. Now, prior to him saying that, was he someone that is your type?
He is someone that's my type. I'm actually not trying to go for my type, but you are someone that I would give a chance to. Yeah.
And now, Jock, is she someone that's your type?
Absolutely.
Okay. And all right, so we did get another pop. Well, two more. Let's go down over here. Your name and age.
I'm Tanisha. I'm 29.
Okay. And Tanisha, why did you end up popping your balloon?
So I actually live in Scottsdale, and that is a deal breaker for me. So,
Him being in Vegas was a deal breaker. Okay.
yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it, got it. But is he someone that is your type?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice fit and everything.
Thank you.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
I'd holla.
Okay. So that's a yes, no, or like...
It's a yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Let's go on over here. Your name and age.
Hi, my name is Kendra. I'm 29.
Okay. And Kendra, why did you pop your balloon?
For me, it was just the fact that he mentioned he wants a woman to cater, but he also wants like a hard worker. And for me, it's like if you want, you kind of have to choose a lane where it's like if you want a woman that's going to be a hardworking professional, I love that and I admire that. But if you want a woman that's going to be at home catering to you, she's not going to be out like only so much time in the day.
I just want to add on to what she said, right? Like, I mean, I don't think, like, my perspective, my take of this was, like, I don't think he wants a woman who to be, like, you know, hardworking 24/7, you know, in the job place kind of thing. I think he was more like, he wants a woman who's, like, she not lazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, no matter what she does, she's hardworking at it, right? Like, she can do a job, you know? She doesn't have to be, like, doing 100 hours a week, 120 hours, 200 hours. Nah, she don't even gotta be doing that, right? But whatever she does, she gotta be hardworking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that means if she's a stay-home mom, right? Like, she gotta also be hardworking at that role, right? She gotta be making sure that her house is clean, them groceries are done, you know? Them kids are fed, kids are tucked in, ready for school. Everything is all sorted out, right? Like, I don't think he wants a woman that's, like, lazy, right? Maybe we should differentiate that, right? He wants like a hardworking person who he's not just gonna have to be piggybacking, right? She's gonna be doing her role as well, and whatever role it is, she's gonna be hardworking at it, right? But yeah, at least that was my take. I don't know. You guys comment down below what you guys took out from that, right? Like, I mean, I would imagine he wants somebody who has a job. It doesn't have to be extremely over the top. It could be just like, you know, bare minimum, or if they come up with roles, right? Like if he decides she's gonna be the stay-home wife and he's gonna be doing all the working and bringing the earnings, like at least she gotta be hardworking in her role, right? I think that's what my take of that was.
But you look so good, dressed nice, handsome.
Thank you very much.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So we do have 4 balloons left unpopped. Go ahead and ask these remaining ladies a question just to help you narrow it down.
All right. First question I have: how are you in moments of anger? Like how are you when you're mad, like or angry?
Okay. Let's start with your name and age, and how are you when you're mad?
Hi, is it Josh?
Jock.
Jock. I'm sorry. Hi, Jock. I'm Layla Elise. I'm 29.
Yo, is it a coincidence or all these women here are just 29? Like, they're all 29. Like, I think 3 of them have said they're 29. Is it a coincidence or did she just like narrow them down and said, I want 29-year-olds to come to the show?
The question is, how am I when I'm angry? That's actually a great question. I think it's really important. When I'm angry, I like to be very intentional. Figure out, why I'm angry, what's triggering it, but also stay calm in those moments so that I can work through it. Yeah, I think it's really important to stay calm, because then in moments of anger, if I'm dealing with another person, it also, if I'm calm, it disarms them so they're not angry, and now we have a peaceful kind of situation where we can kind of move through whatever conflict it was. So definitely just remaining calm.
Okay.
All right, let's go on over here. Let's start with your name and age, and how are you handle anger?
I'm Jordan. I'm 27, and I am definitely the type of person who I do like space when I'm angry. I would say when I was younger, like teenage years, I did struggle with handling my anger, and I feel like now, as an adult who's dealt with that, I do like to have space so that we can come back and have a productive conversation.
Okay.
We'll be back. Let's go on down over here. All right, name and age, and how do you handle anger?
My name is Naya, but I go by Naya Monet, and how I handle anger is I like to allow myself to feel all my emotions.
So what she really means is like when she's angry, she gonna be out there choking your throat and slapping your face and screaming at your face and throwing things around, breaking plates. And when all that's said and done, then she's gonna revisit and come and talk to you. Like, hey, can we sit down and just like discuss like what just transpired? That's so jokes, man. Like, I mean, I get it. You do gotta go through your emotions, but like, I feel like you gotta have a mechanism that allows you to be able to control that. I know sometimes you can get to the point where your buttons are pushed, you can't even control it, but it's like at the point where you're an adult, man, I don't think you should be just lashing out and just letting yourself lash out just because you want to go through it. You know what I'm saying? I think you should be doing your best to try and find a way to control yourself. And if you can't, then yeah, of course you gotta own up to that, but that's my thing, right? Like, you shouldn't just be allowing yourself to feel the emotions and go through it, because like some people have really bad tantrums, and I'm saying like it's dangerous, bro. Some people have really bad anger problems. They could be out there on the road, bro, and you're saying like, yo, let them go through their emotions. They could be like out there swerving, bro, like, you know, road raging. And nah, man, you gotta have a mechanism, you gotta have a tactic to be able to bring yourself under control.
And then revisit the situation and, you know what I mean, what's going on. And then I like to talk to the person if I'm angry at them and get down to the bottom of it and then go from there.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to our lady who ended up popping her balloon. Your name and age.
Hi, my name is Candy and I'm 29.
And Candy, why did you pop your balloon?
So originally I was definitely trying to give it some time to just maybe hear a little bit more. I love your career choice. I'm an HR professional certified in the field, so I admire a man who has a professional job. But I think initially, just after I kind of thought about it, personality wise, I feel like you might be a little too timid. So I'm just unsure that our personalities would match.
I would disagree if you get to know me, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing about these shows, right? Like, people, they just see you for a glimpse of what, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and they think they know you. Literally, they think they know you inside out, how you are, just because how you're dressed, right? Just how you're responding. They think they just have you figured out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or you got those crazy girls who are like asking you your Scorpio signs and all that, and then they just box you in, and they think like they already have you all figured out, which is crazy. I feel like, man, you gotta go at least on dates. You gotta spend time with this person. You know, you should at least give yourself a couple weeks to months to truly know them and to actually see their true colors, you know. But to be able to judge a person and calling them timid just because, you know, they're not saying much or they're just listening, you know, they may be a listener more than a speaker, you know. But to be able to just bring up these assumptions is hella crazy.
So you're not really a timid person?
I am not.
Okay. So now, is Candy someone that's your type?
Yeah, I like her. I like what she's wearing too. I like red.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Candy. All right. So, let me have you ask these ladies another question.
All right. All right. If I was to talk to either of your exes, sorry, I gotta bring this up. How would they advise me on dating you?
Let's start here. How about your?
You know why these women pop? They started feeling emotional. The moment he brought up their exes, you know, now they're like thinking back of how like traumatic that relationship was, or how crazy it was, or maybe the exes cheated on them or did them so wrong, and now it's causing such negative emotions now that they're just popping, bro. They're like, nah. I think it's such a nice question, but I feel like I would have asked, what would your exes say about you? That would have been nice. But why would you be seeking advices from their ex? Like, of course, their ex are gonna tell you like, yo, don't date him, don't do this, don't do that, this person is toxic, da 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 da, right? Because they broke up. But I mean, I think like I would have asked like, what would your exes say about you?
Your exes advise him on dating you.
Okay. I think it would be different depending on who you're talking to, because, you know, there's always growth after every relationship. And so I can't even say that. So I guess my last relationship, maybe he'll say that. That's a really good question. I'm pushy, maybe. No little patience, pushy. Yeah, I'll say that. Because what I used to do was, if I don't like something, then I will continue to bring it up, right? Instead of having patience and allowing that person to work through it and develop. And so that was something that I really had to learn, like, you know, giving people grace, waiting, and, you know, things like that. So,
First of all, man, I like how honest she is. She's so raw with it, and she's actually being genuine and just open. I like that. A lot of women would not disclose this.
so yeah, that's my answer. What would your ex say about you?
Easy. The main thing she would say, mainly, sorry, like I didn't expect that to be.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
You asked it and you weren't even ready to answer.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, bring it.
All right, so she would mainly say like, I'm a very outspoken person. I will say what's on my mind. I don't mean any harm at all. I am respectful. Like, I get along very well if you have a mother. Like, I don't know why, but moms love me. I'm very cool with the dads too. Just saying. And yeah, like pretty much you see what you kind of get. Like I said, I'm a hardworking person, so I want a hardworking person too in my life as well. Family oriented. I definitely want a family one day, if hopefully that's the thing. And yeah, like she would definitely say, like, I'm all a good guy. Like, I don't ended on bad terms either. We ended on pretty good terms. Is this disagreement as far as like where we were both headed in life. And two, I mean, just extra bonus points on my other exes. I lived in other countries, so that's why those ended too. I left the country, so like most of my relationships ended on good terms.
Okay. Yeah, so at first I was like a little hesitant because you were only listing positive things, and I'm like, you know, that's kind of a little interesting, but
What the heck? No, I mean, I think he was transparent too, right? Like, I mean, yeah, he could have been open about some things he did wrong, but I mean, he did disclose that they did end on good terms. So, I mean, you can't really, if relationships ended on good terms and both people have agreed, you know, mutually to end it, and maybe because, you know, one he mentioned was distance, right? You know, he was moving, and of course they're not gonna do a long distance. And then the others, I guess, were heading different paths, and they decided, like, you know what, mutually, like, hey, let's end this. There's nothing negative you can disclose. Like, well, what can you say? Like, you're just saying how it is, what happened, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're trying to make yourself look like a good person. You're just disclosing what happened based on your perspective.
okay, what's next?
No, you're good. We're going to go to the ones that popped. All right. Why did we end up popping?
So I was really trying to hear you out. When you first, it was like three things. When you first came out, I picked up on kind of what she said, being timid, but this is a unnatural environment and I'm nervous myself. So I was like, you know, maybe in a different setting, you'll present yourself in a different way. But what she also said down there resonated with me as well about the balance between wanting a catering woman versus a hardworking woman. And if we got far enough and I got the chance to ask you a question, I actually wanted you to elaborate on that. That was kind of the second thing, but I wanted to hear you out more before I made that decision. But the final straw was really the question. I think a better phrased question would have been like, what did you learn from your past relationship? Not how would my ex guide you into dating me. I think that's kind of intrusive and also counterproductive as well. So
Hold up. So the timid part, this is a problem. You see, this is a problem when you have all these women in one room. It's because like whatever objection one person raises, the other women now are gonna have that in their head, and then throughout the whole show, they're not gonna look at you the same. They're gonna have that thought in their head, ingrained in their head, right? For example, right? Let's say you're standing there and one of the women raises, a concern saying like, oh, I don't like your tone. Now guess what? These next girls, they're not just gonna disregard that. They're just gonna be watching you and now paying close attention to your tone, right? So whatever you keep saying is gonna keep affecting them, right? Now because that thought is already in their head. And so that the timid thing, yeah, the other girl brought it up. Now this girl started, keeping that note in her head and started watching out for that. And then the other part was also the hardworking thing. He should have opened up more about it and actually went in depth of what he meant, But my perspective was like he just wants a hardworking woman, just not a lazy woman. Like whatever she does, she gotta be hardworking in whatever it is. Whether she a stay-at-home mom, whether she at work or whatever she puts her mind in, she gotta go 100%. She can't be a half-assing in everything, right? You know what I'm saying, right? Like it doesn't have to be like hardworking on the job side, like putting this many hours, doing overtime, No. It's just gotta be in general, right? So I think he should have went in depth and open that question up more, right? And the other part is that last question, right? Where about how would their exes guide him into dating her or them, whatever. Yeah, he should have asked that properly. He kind of didn't really ask it, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be taking advice from a bitter ex, right? Like, I mean, you already know the ex is gonna be biased, right? Because based on their experiences, even you could have been the best person ever, but just because your ex is bitter, they're gonna give you the worst advice, right? They're not really gonna give you truthful advice, right? They're just gonna give you based on their emotions, how they're feeling, how their relationship's going. So I think like he could have basically asked the ex what they did wrong, right? Like I would have been like something like, what would your ex have said, like something you've done wrong that might have caused a relationship to end? Like that's a really good question. Or what would your ex say your strongest attributes and your worst attributes are? Something like that, you know what I mean? But the way he asked, it's like you're not gonna go seeking advice from an ex, man. That is the reason why the relationship ended. They're an ex for a reason, unless they got married and and all that, had kids and all that, then and became exes later on, then yeah. But even then, like that shows the relationship didn't really, like, wasn't fully happily ever after. Like you gotta ask somebody who's achieved, like same thing as like in business or something, right? Like you're not gonna go and ask somebody who failed in business how to run a business because it's not really productive, right? You gotta ask somebody who's started a business from the ground and ran it up and made it successful and took it off the map, something like that. And that's the kind of person you'd ask for advice for, right? Not for somebody who didn't make it work, right? So I mean, don't add up, but I kind of get it. But I'm just my 2 cents though.
Respect.
All right. So now is Jordan? This is the name?
Yes.
Is Jordan someone that's your type?
Yes. I like what you're wearing too, by the way.
Thank you so much.
It's really
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you.
All right. And then someone else did pop. Oh, okay. We'll head back. Someone else did pop on that.
See, of course you won't pop because everybody else pop. They gotta think collectively here, right? Like when you have all them other women popped and you're the only one left with a balloon, you think you want to be standing there with a balloon?
That question.
I popped my balloon in regards to the X question only because it's kind of hard to decipher because, you get different versions of people and some people are just seasonal. So you could ask someone from my past and they could say, oh, this or that. And then you could also have somebody that has a good experience like, oh, she was the one that got away. I mean, I still have them on my phone to this day. Not saying I'm entertaining anything, but you have to see for yourself because if we're on the same exact level, we can come to an understanding and really get to know each other and be intrigued by each other. You can't really base things off of what somebody in the past says. You have to see for yourself.
Okay, got it.
So that's why I bought my balloon.
Got it. Okay, and then before he asked that you did have your balloon unpopped. Why so?
I like the way he carries himself, and I also like his career choice. He seems like a sophisticated black man, and I love to see a black man thriving because, you know, everybody's different and everybody's at a different level of life. Okay, but, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that, and I'm proud of you. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, and now is she someone that's your type?
Nah.
Yes.
Okay.
You all know the boy was about to say nah. Still gonna leave the show in good notes. That's why he was about to say nah.
Why did you hesitate a little bit there?
Because I'm silly.
Yeah.
It's not because you're silly. It's mainly because it's not attracted to you. But I guess you did give him a compliment and you did say beautiful words. So why not, right? So he can't be rude about it.
Yeah, she's goofy. But yeah, I would talk to her though. I've had to get to talk to her, like get to know her a little bit more. But I think I would. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, our last hanging balloon did end up popping. Why did we pop?
I'm sorry. So I'm giving it a chance. At first I was a little weary because you did seem way too soft-spoken and like, I have a big personality and I feel like I don't feel like it would mesh. But then when you said you are outgoing, I'm like, okay, he might just be a little, shy in the environment. But like looking back at it, I think even in maybe in a natural environment, I would still want you to show up and be dominant and be, you know what I'm saying, and not feel pressured in an unnatural environment. I think I would prefer that. And also, I think that you would probably deserve a woman or want a woman that's probably drooling over you. I think you're attractive, yes, but just a little too slim for me.
She like them chubby boys. Yo, man.
I like maybe like 220 and up.
Oh, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. And now is she someone that's your type?
Yeah. She's holding on for me.
Oh.
That's fine though.
Sorry.
All right. Well, unfortunately, that is all of the balloons popped, but we do thank you for coming on. Let's give it up
Thank
for
you
him,
all.
ladies.
Thank you for this experience.
Yeah, he was a good fellow, man. I didn't see anything wrong with him at all. It's just the fact that I also think he could have went back and forth with these women, right? He could have went deeper, man. Like, I think he was just, whatever they were saying, he was just, saying, okay, thank you. Like, you know what I mean? He was just dismissing it. But I think he could have, pushed it a little further. They could have had, a little debates. Like, I mean, you don't really want to have a debate. Because then the moment that, you bruise her ego, if she pops on you, then all her other co-females are going to start popping on you too. I mean, but they could have had some kind of a discussion. There was not really much of a discussion on his part. He was kind of taking their feedback and just saying, okay, thank you, okay, yeah, okay, respect, just dismissing it like that. But I think he could have went deeper, definitely. And he didn't really defend himself, right? Like, there were some things I know he probably didn't align with that they were saying about him, about him being timid, about him, about the whole situation with him wanting a hardworking woman and also wanting, I guess, wanting a wife, a stay-home wife, whatever, building a family and all that. He could have went deeper in that because a lot of women were really coming for him for that. Like, how can you want a hardworking woman but at the same time wanting he could have went deeper into that, right? And also defend his points, but he kind of didn't. So he kind of dismissed it, and a lot of these women kind of saw him a little bit of as a pushover. So yeah, it is what it is though. But I think he was a good guy though. I think the environment definitely was not for him, or is a new experience for him. So a lot of women are gonna see him as timid and all that, but I think outside of this environment he probably is a different person, right? That's why they need to go on dates with these men. You cannot just make up your assumptions just based on these little scenarios, just a little 5-minute 10-minute window they give you here on this show. You cannot just think you know him all, or you know everything you gotta know about him, right? It's crazy though how they want, almost you gotta be pitch perfect. You know what I mean? When you walk in this scene, they want you to have everything in part. You gotta have the height, you gotta have this, you gotta have the charisma, you gotta have the charm, you gotta be loud, you gotta be this. They want all of that in one go. But some of these things you'll find the answers when you guys go on official dates and you spend one-on-one, not just in a pressured environment like this where you have a bunch of women and you have a host and cameras on your face, you know what I'm saying? some situations you will figure out way better on one-on-one settings. But anyways, that's my 2 cents. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you all thought about it. All right, peace.